My name is Gaia Orion. I'm an artist originally from Paris, France, but I've been living for 20 years in Canada. And I came to the conference to present my art. It's been a total thrill since I've come across integral theory. About 2 years ago, I really delved into it deeply. And I felt that it corresponds and fits so much within all the work that I have been doing professionally with my art for 10 years. As an artist, I think there's a natural yearning of finding your community. Who are the artists that talk about what I'm talking about? Where is a community of people that will understand what are the messages of my paintings? And it's been truly a challenge. I live in Canada in the forest by the river, and as many artists are kind of recluse people, and I definitely have, I call it a monastic life, if you wish, which allowed to do a lot of deep inner work and have those images emerge. So that's been the gift of my life as a recluse and in connection with nature. But it's been a challenge finding my family in the world, because in the art world, to tell you the truth, I have not found who are the people that gets what I'm doing. I go to galleries and it's the symbolism and the stories behind what I'm doing. It's just beyond, they can't even connect, they don't understand. I feel like a sort of a freak when I go and see them. So when I found the integral crowd, it's just finally this platform where I know my art will be understood and where I can communicate what I'm doing in its full scope, where people can see my work and understand it in a really deep way. So I've been really successful with my career because I think a lot of people are looking for this wholeness, for this freedom, for this, the images touches them, whether they understand the depths of it, the full depths of it. But as an artist, when you come and you meet the consciousness of the viewers match your consciousness, then there is really this magical moment. And so to be here at the conference in CO for, it's just, it's super exciting. And then I prepared, when I started to really look at the integral philosophy and thought, it was immediate for me that I had to paint something that would describe the whole theory. There is a lot of visual diagram when you look at all the material, but I wanted to create something that will be a tool for me, because it has been while I was creating it. It just helped me understand it. I guess it was my way to process all the material. But I think I'm hoping that what I've created, and it's just, I call it Integral Map 1.0, because I want to have 1.2 and 2.0 and so on, so that it evolves so I can have a dialogue with the integral community and keep making it better or more interesting with more subtleties of the integral work. So I've worked on this for 2 years with the help of Jeff Salzman and Ben Seganti. They just kind of helped me to redirect some of the things that I didn't get. And so I brought this painting, it's behind me. I'm really happy how it turned out. And so I'm just hoping to have more dialogue around that. And one of the reasons why it's felt natural for me to create that painting is because in my artwork I have so many images that are in spirals, and I love the idea of the spiral because it's the whole evolution, and my painting talks about that, the development of human life, all the different stages that we go through. That was before I knew anything about human development and integral or spiral dynamic. So it was just a continuation. That integral map is a total, it fits within the story that is unfolding of my map. It's just kind of expand from just a story of human life through one life, taking it deeper and wider into the context of the whole history of humanity. So the integral map painting is divided in 4, of course, with a 4 quadrant. It's a mandala with a golden circle that is the heart chakra. Because one thing that I love about Integral, like it's really big into like beautiful intellectual thoughts. Like it's just gorgeous to read and hear like the great thinker that are contributing. But what's wonderful is like you can feel the heart, you know, of all those big thinkers. And so that's why my painting is surrounded by this golden lotus flower of the heart. And then the spiral starts with the explosion of the Big Bang and then goes through, you know, the development of a life on Earth, and then human development starts. And so, as we go through each quadrant, I have little symbolic images that are showing, you know, kind of almost like little stick people, but I just wanted those to be kind of like an archetype image, so that when you look at it, like let's say for green lower left, I have, you know, just little stick people holding hands with a big sunshine behind them. And when you look at that, you feel green. For the tribal, you know, you have the people on the horses, for lower left again. But upper right orange is a guy with his you know, number, and he's doing a marathon and he's running like up the mountain, you know, like the achiever. So I played with that. And then I like how the spiral kind of come out of the heart and then continue to violet, ultraviolet, crystal clear. And we don't know where it's going, but that's the beauty of the spiral. Like, you know, the Big Bang, really good, but we don't know what was before the Big Bang. So we don't know where it started and when is it going to end. And I love the fact that it's just like a little piece, capturing a little piece of the story of life. Even with our story of spiral dynamic, it's really, you know, a little snapshot of what is. There is something really exciting that is really palpable here when we are at the conference. Is all the extraordinary people that are actors of change with a little unit where they live on the planet Earth, and just to meet all those people. And now the integral movement is real and is emerging and is getting really, you know, have good presence globally. But integral art is really emerging. And I think as artists, we are the representation of, if you look at the history of humanity, what is left for us to learn about the Etrusc people, the Middle Age. It's all the writing, the poetry, the pottery, the architecture, the sculpture, the paintings. So I love to think that the integral artists are those beacons that are talking about what's happening right now at this cusp of change. And it's super exciting to see that there was a little number of us when you go on the Integral Life website, and then the artists have been exhibiting in San Francisco for the last Integral conference in the States, and then here in Budapest. And there is like a real excitement for the artists to be part of that movement and be that visual representation of what's happening. When you see a painting, it's totally kinetic. You feel it in your body. And it's so important that the artists are included in this movement of integral. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.